overview. This is a picture of Level 3, one of the largest internet companies in the world. And we don't really have an internet. We don't have an interconnected network of things where most people talk about our things. And here is an example of some things. So I put some sensors, and if you can see that, that's roughly a map of Portsmouth. And Portsmouth, like many other cities in the UK, has a congestion problem with traffic. And my sensors are able to do a very simple thing that is count cars. Now, counting cars means that I'm able to optimize the flow of traffic in and around the city. And we have some particularly bad congestion spots. We have this nice little roundabouty type thing. It's not really a roundabout because it's just a big block of land with lots of buildings on it. But there's some quite significant flow of traffic that goes around this roundabout. And if you then have people blocking exits, you end up with no one being able to move anywhere, which I'm sure is quite a common sight in many cities. However, I can protect against that by using some intelligence, very simple intelligence, that if I have a particular flow of cars coming, my sensors are able to count those, I can change the traffic lights. Now that leads us to this fantastic hypothetical scenario that I can change the traffic lights. Great, so I can just press a button on the dashboard of my car and all the traffic lights go green. Okay, we don't really want that to happen. Well, what else can we subvert within this system? And I then use the analogy of denial of service, so causing some social service, and this may be accident emergency social services within a city, to be denied to respond to another incident in a city. So if I deployed this and my network wasn't acting on valid data, and my sensors, the technology I'd put into my sensors, happen to have some vulnerability that can be exploited, there is a possibility that I could cause traffic to crash into one another. I can make all the lights go green. I don't know, I can make the lights go green at a particular time when I see someone who's driving in a fairly hostile way, who's going to drive straight through a green traffic light, crash into somebody else. We're going to have lots of cars that have crashed. We'll have the emergency services that are coming to deal with that. And because the emergency services are dealing with that, I can then do something else in the city. So that's one of the things that I think that we need to think about. And in particular, it's one of the things where, well, this integration of technology from what my sensor is actually doing, to the way that my sensor is communicating, to what my sensor is communicating with, to how that sensor is acting upon the data, is important from a security point of view. I've stolen an image from the register, and this is a broad overview of the Internet of Things. So over on the left-hand side, we have automotive, we have these things possibly deployed in the home. And then moving over to the right-hand side, we have the typical vision of Internet of Things, aka things that are connected to our current Internet, that are deployed within sort of critical national infrastructure. Now, at the moment, all of these are being seen as being going back to some cloud service somewhere where we may have some big data processing, where we can extract more value, can make decisions based on various things that we have in our network. But I put together what our use cases and our misuse cases are a couple of things to think about. Our use case for Internet of Things is really anything where we can extract more, and that is business or societal value from any system. So we have more information that enables us to make better decisions. It also enables us to have the possibility of making decisions that are automated. So we can use data science, we can use data analytics in order to mine behavior. We may use some data science techniques in order to process data before it's communicated, because our things, as I'll get onto in a little while, tend to be thought of as having low power, low computational capabilities. Our misuse cases are to do with the communication that comes from our things. We can mine behavior. It's one of the things that was referred to slightly earlier with regards to smart meter systems. So we can mine behavior to see what people are doing. We also have the possibility of generating fake messages in whatever form in order to cause an actuation to occur. Now, when I begin to think of this, I then translate it to where we currently are with the internet.